Could the Chicago Bulls actually be trading for Damian Lillard? I can't believe we're actually making this video right now. You know, a couple months ago, I said the Bulls have a 0% chance to trade for Dame. I just didn't think, one, they would want to, or two, have the stones to even go do it. But, man, we got some reports coming out from Jake Fisher that the Bulls and the Raptors are looking to be the favorites to land Damian Lillard. I can't believe we are talking about this right now. But welcome into the Bulls Report. My name is Patrick Siepman. Before we dive into the report and me kind of go over some trade packages that could work out for the Bulls, make sure you guys do hit that subscribe button. We're going to start going live here on the channel for preseason games. And then obviously, if the Bulls trade for Damian Lillard, we will go live here on the channel. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. I think we're about 2 or 3 subs away from 4,000 subs. So first off, thank you guys to everybody who's locked us in so far. But if you are new here, hit that sub button, lock us in. It'll really go a long way here. Hey, I'm making a video on my off day just because I want to get up here and talk some shop, talk some Damian Lillard with the diehard Bulls fans that I know we have. So go down there, hit that sub button, and let's dive into it. Jake Fisher put out a report that the Bulls have emerged as the favorite to land Damian Lillard. Them or the Toronto Raptors should be making the move. So first off, if I had to pick a team that Dame goes to, I don't know anymore. I've been saying Dame's a Heatle this whole time just because of all the reports we've heard, but Woj came out yesterday that said there's no talks going between the Portland Trailblazers and the Miami Heat, and then this report came out later last night that the Bulls and Raptors are the favorites to land Dame. I just can't believe the Bulls are really, considering this. I didn't think they would have the stones or the kind of, chest hair. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I didn't think the Bulls would actually want and go in and to perform this trade or actually go make some offers. But an offer that I threw out here on the channel recently was DeMar DeRozan, Patrick Williams, Dalen Terry, and 2 firsts. That's about as big of an offer as I would give them. From their side of things, why I think it would work. I think you get a veteran in DeMar DeRozan. He's a professional. He's a great locker room guy. He could really be a mentor for guys like Scoot, Anthony, next to Jeremy Grant. Like the Trailblazers could have a decent team next year. And then plus at next year's trade deadline, DeMar's on a 1-year deal. They could potentially want to move him and get another first. Like, I think DeMar is a lot more enticing to the Trailblazers than people think just because he is a veteran in that locker room. Like, I think we undervalue that as fans. I think we always think just on the court, on the court, on the court. Let's think about it off the court. Just to have a dude day to day going through practice and just having a guy like in your ear where coach is getting on your ass, DeMar could be there. No. Relax. This is what he means. He's just trying to help you out, kind of smooth things over. You also give him Patrick Williams. I think that type of archetype is what the Trailblazers need. He could sit behind Jeremy Grant. Him and Jeremy Grant would make a hell of a 1-2 punch at that wing spot with Scoot and Anthony Simons and DeMar DeRozan. I think that would be a tremendous roster for the Portland Trailblazers. And plus, you would get 2 first-round picks from the Bulls, and I said it was 2024 and 2026. Then you throw in Dalen Terry, the first-round pick from last year. So I think from the Trailblazers side, I think they would be incredibly interested in that trade package. Now let's talk about the Bulls side of things. I have mixed feelings about this. We're going to go off that was a trade and the Bulls were giving up DeMar. Listen, would a backcourt of Zach LaVine and Damian Lillard work? They would be incredibly talented. Probably one of the best offensive backcourts we have seen in NBA history. Like, what Dame can do offensively, he's great. What LaVine can do, being a true 3-level scorer, he's great. Both great catch-and-shoot guys. Both can spread the floor. Both great to underrated playmakers in LaVine and Dame. And listen, man, they're flamethrowers. Like, if they get hot and they black out, you're not guarding them. Like, they both have that capability, kind of similar to like Steph and Clay, where it's like if they see the first 3 shots go in, good luck. It doesn't matter if they have 5 hands in their face. It necessarily doesn't really matter. So offensively, regular season, I think it would be tremendous. I think they would put up a ton of points per game, get out in transition. They would really want to run, and the Bulls would finally get that true point guard in Damian Lillard. But let's talk about the postseason, because I feel like the Bulls are in a position right now where, we could go get Dame, but would getting Dame be worth sacrificing the future? Because you would lose your number 1 trade asset, in my opinion, number 1 young piece in Patrick Williams. You lose 2 first-round picks. Would you do that to go get a guy like Dame? Maybe you could be setting yourself up for the future. Maybe you say, Dame's our piece. We're going to kind of build around him and LaVine, try to get a 3rd star in there. I'm not really too sure, but I don't know if Dame and LaVine would necessarily, get the Bulls over the hump. I think they could win a playoff series, definitely. I mean, they're talented enough, and obviously we would have to eventually see how they would fit on the floor. A lot of this is speculation. But if you roll into a team like the Celtics, like, are the Bulls good enough to beat the Celtics with Dame and LaVine? I think they could compete. I think they could win a game or two, but over a 7-game series, could you like withstand the size and physicality that Boston would have at the wing and center spot? Since the Bulls would be giving up DeMar and Patrick Williams, your starting lineup would most likely be Dame, LaVine, Caruso, Torrey Craig, and Vooch. You're a very undersized team, and I understand. If you want to kind of offset having an undersized team, have incredibly tremendous guards. And I can make the other argument. I could say, well, Boston doesn't have guards. If we would match up with them in the playoffs, Dame and LaVine would cook. I fully get that. But what about Milwaukee? What about if Philly kind of wraps it together and we got to go deal with Joel Embiid? Like, I just think guards are easier to take away in the NBA postseason in comparison to wings and bigs. I think that's been proven throughout NBA history. Obviously, we've seen Steph Curry, come out on top. But if we're looking like at the past Finals MVPs, it's like Jokic, Giannis. Like, obviously Curry is the outlier, but Kawhi, LeBron, KD, like Tim Duncan, Shaq, like Dwayne Wade, like these bigger guards or these big wings and big centers normally are the guys that withstand an NBA playoffs. Like, and by no means, like LaVine and Dame, like they're physical dudes. Like, they're not like really frail guards like a Trae Young. But I'm kind of torn on all this. And I'll ask you guys, would you trade for Dame? Like, let me know in the comment section. Like, I'll make this the pin comment. Would you want the Bulls to trade for Damian Lillard? Why for yes and for no? I'm kind of in between. Like, I think it would be a ton of fun. Like, no doubt about it. But what are we doing? Like, what would be the max potential with this unit? Like, you would still have Ayo, like, coming off the bench. You would have Drummond. You would have Javon Carter. I don't know. Like, if you could somehow keep Patrick Williams, I don't think you could. Like, if you give him DeMar, Dalen Terry, Ayo, maybe not Ayo, and like 3 first, maybe I would do it if you could keep Patrick Williams. I mean, actually, if you could keep Patrick Williams, I would 100% do it. Because then you could run a lineup of LaVine, Dame, Caruso, Patrick Williams, and Vooch. That team's pretty freaking good. But if you got to give up DeMar and P-Dub and 2 first, I don't know. I mean, this is an interesting conversation. The Bulls are in a weird spot right now where, they were good with Lonzo when they had a point guard. And they're really bad the 2.5 years they haven't had him. And they were all healthy all of last year, and they didn't make the playoffs. Like, I don't know. I think the Bulls are in this weird purgatory zone, so it would be kind of weird if they would kind of think that they're a piece away in Damian Lillard for going and winning NBA championships. But we're going to have to wait and see, and that's why you guys subscribe to the channel. But right now, the Bulls could happen any second now, that they could be trading for Damian Lillard. Let me just check my phone one more time just in case it happened during the video, but it did not. So, again, thank you guys so much for watching today's show. Any Damian Lillard report that come out will be your go-to channel, so make sure you guys subscribe, stay in the loop. See y'all next time. Go Bulls.